Thanks for joining us, viewers. Sage here. You're watching 𝐾𝐤𝐴 TV live from Sydney. This is the Stocks in Action show, and we'll be looking through a few recent updates from the ASX listed companies, along with a quick glance at the developments across the equity and commodity markets. Taking a look at the stocks under the spotlight today, beginning with the first big news. Shares of ASX-listed multinational digital advertising business specialising in property, REA Group, were trading down on Friday after the company announced its financial year results ended June 30th, 2021. The group's financial highlights from the core operations included year-on-year revenue growth of 13% and an increase in earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortisation, including associates, of 19%. Also, its net profit increased, which reflects one-off impacts in both periods. Now, moreover, its earnings per share were up 21% to 247 cents. As per the announcement, revenue growth was driven by a 13% increase in the Australian business, mirroring a strong residential market recovery. The group results also includes the consolidation of the Elara business from 1st January 2021. Cost growth was triggered up mainly by raised headcount and volume-related costs and incentives linked to stronger revenue growth, partly offset by the lower costs in Asia. And the board has agreed to pay a final dividend of 72 cents per share, fully franked. And the next news to come our way covers 𝐊𝐴𝐽𝐽, the integrated logistics providing firm operating in Australia and New Zealand. Its shares were trading up on Friday post the company informed that its wholly owned subsidiary 𝐊𝐽𝐽 Logistics in Singapore is all set to acquire the Singaporean 𝐶𝐴F Logistics. It is currently anticipated that the completion of the acquisition will occur on or around 13th August 2021. And the Singaporean 𝐶𝐴F Logistics is a freight and logistics company that has over 30 years of operations in Singapore and America and the Southeast Asian markets. To its credit, it posted a revenue of 1.7 million Singapore dollars, and as of 30th June 2021, it had a 1.1 million Singapore dollar worth of net assets. 𝐊𝐽𝐽 will be acquiring the Singaporean 𝐶𝐴F Logistics for 1.1 million Australian dollars in cash considerations, and also 400,000 fully paid ordinary shares in 𝐊𝐽𝐽 will be issued on completion of the proposed acquisition. The cash consideration will be funded from existing cash reserves, the announcement reported. Let's move on now to the next news, which covers Austal, a shipbuilder and defence prime contractor. So Austal's shares were trading up as the company shared today that it has joined a consortium of Australian defence industry partners, academia and government organisations to support a new collaboration platform, the Australian Missile Corporation. AMC will be establishing a sovereign guided missile manufacturing enterprise in Australia. It should be highlighted that in March 2021, the Prime Minister Scott Morrison had announced the Australian government's intention to create a new enterprise to support missile and guided weapons manufacturing in Australia to be used across the Australian Defence Force. In July 2021, a request for information was issued by the Australian government calling for expressions of interest to support a $1 billion Australian dollar sovereign guided weapons and explosive ordnance enterprise. The Australian Missile Corporation, also known as AMC, is a wholly owned subsidiary of NIOA, the largest Australian-owned supplier of weapons and munitions to the Australian Defence Forces. And besides Austal, companies like Quickstep, Moog Australia, Black Sky Aerospace and Thomas Global Systems have collaborated with the AMC for the project. And now it's time for a short break. Hopefully you're enjoying the segment thus far, but please stay tuned. I'll be back with more of the trending updates for the Australian market.
Hi there, James Preston for 𝐾𝐤𝐴 TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. 𝐾𝐤𝐴's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Monday on the Tech Beat, exclusive to 𝐾𝐤𝐴 TV.
Welcome back, viewers. It's Sage, your host, live from the 𝐾𝐿 studios, and you're watching the Stocks in Action show. Let's continue on with the big news coming in from the Australian stock market. The next newsmaker covers 𝐷UM Group, a consumer finance solutions provider. Its shares were trading down on Friday, post the company shared on Friday that it has entered into a partnership between Bundll and Velocity Frequent Flyer. From late August 2021, Australian BNPL users of Bundll will be able to earn Velocity points on their repayments. And under the new partnership, Velocity members who are new to Bundll will be able to download the Bundll app and follow an easy to sign up and approval process, including linking their accounts before receiving a Bundll Velocity digital card and begin earning some points. Existing Bundll users will be able to simply link their Velocity membership numbers to their account to start earning points too. Using the MasterCard network, Bundll customers can shop wherever they like, online and in-store, with no minimum spend, purchasing everyday items such as coffee, bus fares or groceries. And the last news to be discussed in this session covers BHP Group. And the shares of the mining giant BHP were trading down flat after the company approved a $544 million capital expenditure at the Shenzi North oil project. It has also approved $258 million capital expenditure to move the Trion oil project into the front-end engineering design phase. And BHP operates the Shenzi North oil project and now holds a 72% share in Shenzi North. The remaining 28% is held by Repsol, who will make a final investment decision by late 2021. Shenzi North project offers attractive returns at a nominal internal rate of return of over 35%. Payback is for less than 2 years and production is to begin in the 2024 financial year. BHP holds a 60% participating interest in and operatorship of blocks at the Trion discovery, and the Trion oil project is in the deep water Gulf of Mexico, offshore Mexico. The remaining interest is with partner Pemex. The FEED phase will focus on the completion of the engineering commercial arrangements as well. It is required to move next to a final investment decision by mid of 2022, and both Shenzi North and Trion are strong growth assets for BHP. In addition, both offer attractive returns from relatively low carbon intensity resources. And before wrapping up, viewers, let us quickly glimpse through the developments across the equity and commodity markets. Firstly, starting with the ASX 200 performance. The S&P ASX 200 is up today. Afterpay is up 5.02%, while Link, Unibail, Rodemco, Westfield is up 4.77%. 6 of 11 sectors were higher today, despite the decline in the S&P ASX 200 index. Information technology is today's best performing sector, while telecommunication services is the worst performing sector. And thanks for your company on that report. That's all for now. Stay tuned with 𝐾𝐿 TV for more live market updates. We'll be back with more in the news of the markets, economies, diverse themes and sectors. Sage signing off.